My name is Margaret Halseth. I'm an associate broker for Keller Williams Dulles. I've been in business for approaching 20 years now. Real estate, I help people buy and sell and invest in their homes.
I love that. And do you specialize in anything in particular, like residential,
Re-
commercial?
oh, absolutely. I do residential. I leave commercial to the professional commercial agents to
That's
do
right.
that.
Okay, perfect. And before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff, can I have a background about yourself and how you got started in the real estate industry and what led you here?
Oh, that's a long story. And we are all full of stories. Clients have stories, we have stories, and I love to hear them. And my story is that I was working full time at Macy's in Alexandria, and I was working somewhere around 60 or 70 hours. I was commuting.
Wow.
And I thought, well, I could work for myself and possibly do as well. And I had a friend that went into the business several years before, and she said, Margaret, I think you'd be perfect for that. So I took classes in the basement of a Long and Foster building, and graduated. At at that age, I was in my 40s at that time. I thought, oh gosh, am I going to graduate? Am I going to, how am I going to do? But I have never looked back. I love this business. I love what we can do for our clients. I love how we can help. It's just a business that involves so many different aspects.
Absolutely. Yeah. Talk to me about your client-centric approach.
hmm
I'd like to hear more about how you're engaging with your clients and building those
Well,
relationships.
I've always had this fear that people wouldn't remember me. And, not we, but I personally do business by referral. And it's pretty much 100% referral. So, and I always want to do and keep up with my clients to make sure that they remember who I am, and I also like to give back. So, my I do 4 events every year. This year, I took my clients to go see Dune 2, which
Okay.
I'm a sci-fi buff, so I love to do things that I enjoy doing. I'm about to do on November 3rd Pottery Barn event at the
Oh,
Mosaic District. And one of my favorite things that I did, and we were able to tie in with Blue Frog Vineyard, but in July, myself and a couple of other agents did Lost Dog and Cat Rescue charity event. And we had the Blue Teak at the vineyard, and we had a professional photographer. And if you came and donated, we took a picture of you and your pet, or you, or you and your significant other, and then sent it to you with a note of thanks and appreciation.
how lovely.
So yeah, I try to do something, at least 4 things every year.
Yeah, no, that's so
hmm
cool. Why is that so important to you in order for them to remember and not forget you?
Well, since we do business by referral, I don't want to have anybody ever say, "Oh, she was really good, but I can't remember her name."
Yeah,
So I consistently call. I send my clients information about what's going on in the market. I have a YouTube channel. I do social media. I wish I could do better at my social media.
hey, you're doing great. You say you just got your,
And
yeah,
and it's I try to communicate through different means to different clients, because we've got different age groups. Some people just love a note. Other people want to catch up with you and live vicariously through what you're doing on Facebook,
that's
and
right.
other things. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. And now talk to me about your unique business.
Our business, is unusual because we are intimately involved in people's lives from anywhere from 1 to 3 months. We're calling them every day. We're keeping them posted on what's going on. Letting them know who's visited their property. So we're through that entire transaction and listing process. We could be moving furniture at the beginning of the process and then comparing contracts at the end of it. And then, after we've closed, whether you're buying or you're selling,
Yeah.
we want to make sure to keep in touch with those our clients.
Yeah.
And so many of my clients have turned into good friends, and I can just pick up the phone and
Give them a
say
call.
hi and, hey, I'm going to be at, so and so vineyard. Join me.
I love that. No, that is great. That is so great.
Hmm.
Tell me about the effort and time that you put into your clients, your work,
Hmm.
everything in your industry.
Well, I'm involved with the Dulles Association of Realtors, and I have been greater and lesser degrees. I was on the board. I was chair of the, uh, charity committee. I'm now with budget and finance. I try always to give back and keep up with what's going on, and I think
Yeah, no,
did I
that
answer that?
yes, you did. You surely did.
Thing is growth.
Yeah.
I really feel that in our business, we are constantly evolving, and we're evolving with our clients, and the generation. We're evolving with contracts and the different forms. We're evolving with
Definitely.
media. We're evolving with what's going on with the Department of Justice. We're evolving through all kinds of things, and I think to keep yourself active and involved and up to date for your clients, because that's what we are client centric. We need to make sure that we are informed and keep up with everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are some of the resources that maybe you can share with other people who are listening that you use to help you better understand certain things that are going on or new things that are changing?
Oh, okay. Well, keeping up with the media, everything from Inman. I try not to watch, too much, um, formal news,
Yeah.
but I like to listen to know what's going on. I'm again through our Dulles Area Association of Realtors, or NVAR, keeping up with that. We also, Virginia Realtors, sends out bulletins, and then keeping up with what's important for my clients. I like to touch base with them and see what's going on with them, and then also our local, districts and what's going on politically and stuff here local.
Yeah.
And isn't politics is local, right?
Yeah, that's right. It is. All right. And then talk to me about media portrayal.
Well, our industry, this goes back to uniqueness again. And, it always troubles me a little bit about how realtors are portrayed in the media. I have yet to meet one of those realtors that I see portrayed in the movies or in TV shows. The ones that I know, I'm in a suit today, but, normally I'm in tennis shoes, travel pants, and a ponytail to help my clients,
Yeah.
because we don't know really and truly what we might need to be doing. And the realtors that I know are actively involved, responsible, and they're not necessarily always on the phone, blonde, or wearing 3-inch heels.
Yeah. No, you're right. There's all kinds. No, I love that. And then talk to me about relevance.
Relevance. In our industry, we've seen a lot of different uh, other industries try and impact us, because I feel that they see dollars, or they feel that perhaps there's something to gain, and yet I still see our relevance in what we do as far as um, representing our clients. An example would be, I had clients one time that really wanted this particular model home, but they didn't think that they could have it built in this other subdivision.
Hmm.
So, through effort and, time, which happily that, I did, we were able to build that home in that community.
Yeah.
And that community, the growth rate for that was so much better than where they originally would have built, which the houses would have been so much closer together. And
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, so our relevance again, by keeping up with what's going on and making sure that we can inform our clients. And if you think about this industry now, we've had such a steady growth in this industry that a lot of the agents that are in this business or recently in this business haven't really seen difficult markets.
Yeah.
Okay. And, the pendulum always swings and it will eventually get back there. And we will see where, properties might take 3 months to sell.
Yes.
And how do you communicate with your client, when they haven't had a visit in a week
Yeah.
to show their property? So I think relevance is we've seen the pendulum swing. We know it will swing. Now, will I still be around then? I don't know. But interest rates, the Fed just met yesterday. Interest rates have started to go down, so we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be exciting either way, right? All right. And then change is always constant. So talk to me about how that is in your industry.
Right. So we probably are going through the biggest change that we've ever experienced. Although in Virginia, a lot of the policies that are being instituted throughout the United States, we've been practicing for, I don't know, somewhere, what, 12, 13 years now already. So it's not anything really new. And I think if we get down to basics, that and we do the homework and do the net sheet for our clients, they're going to know what their net is going to be. And then if they want to appeal to most of the buyers in our area, they'll know that if a contract comes in a certain percentage,
Yeah.
that this would be what their net is. And any good agent would be doing that anyway.
Yes.
So, it's just something we have to adapt with. And, change keeps us young, and change keeps us on top of everything. And
Yeah.
how we tackle it really is mentally how we, live our lives.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's always good. And this
Absolutely.
this business is such a strange business too, because everyone is different. Every transaction is different, and it's very difficult to go in a straight line from A to B. So a lot of agents really, especially when the pendulum does swing
Yeah.
back, to be able to address that little hiccup that comes through,
Yes.
that's where, they might need us older agents.
Oh, yes. And now I want to talk about consistency because everybody's situation is different. How do you make sure that you stay consistent with what you're doing?
I try to keep consistent by treating everybody the same, but I also have forms that I use within my business so that, if I'm selling a home or if I'm helping somebody buy a home, that I prepare them. I give them information regarding what's going to occur or what possibly could occur in the future. And by consistently preparing your client and giving them knowledge, you're giving them a better ability to be a better buyer and
Yeah.
to know, when that hiccup does occur, oh, she told me about that. So, that's part of the consistency.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And now everybody has their own stories. You have your own stories. So talk to me about your clients and their stories. Have any of them impacted you in any way?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody does. And, when you look at somebody, you see their face, you see, what they do in that time second, but you don't know their story. And everybody has one. And I find them just absolutely fascinating. You don't know that 2 years ago, I was inside the pyramid of, Khufu. So,
Okay.
I mean, these are things, and when my clients, I have clients that moved here from California that, are exploring all of the areas, in our DC, and it's opened my eyes again because I've lived here since 2003, and oh man, it's been so long since I've been there. I've forgotten what a great, great city that we do live
In
next
our
to.
neck of the woods, yeah,
Yeah.
right? No, that's incredible. And now talking about stories, I want to get to know you a little bit.
Mhm.
So when you're not doing things like for other people, such as your
Uh-huh.
clients or working with other real estate agents, what do you like to do to unwind yourself down and make sure that you can perform at 100%?
Well, on maybe just to unwind would be a nice glass of rosé on a
Ooh,
Thursday, at Fleetwood.
yeah, I love that. No, I love it.
They have a rosé champagne, and I hope I'm saying it correctly, that I just absolutely love. And then I love spending time with friends, but I love to travel. My background is military, and my dad, we've been stationed from Okinawa to California to
Wow.
New York. I traveled to Europe and Japan, and
Wow.
I've been to Hong Kong, but it's been that was many years ago. But I
Yeah.
love traveling.
Yeah.
Absolutely love traveling.
Do you feel like having that background has helped you in any way with your clients? Just like being in different environments, different places,
Oh,
different people?
absolutely. Absolutely. And also age makes you a little bit more comfortable with things, and talking about things and having that upfront conversation at the beginning of something instead of at the end of something. Yeah, I just when you're alone in a city, or if you're you have to not be shy.
Yes, yes.
Or yeah.
Absolutely. And then I'd like to ask you, in your opinion, what are some of the most important factors that buyers and sellers should consider when choosing a real estate agent to work with?
Well, I think they should interview. I find that people have a tendency, I'm a huge believer in referral. Please refer me. But, I do believe that everybody should interview an agent. Maybe personalities don't click, it's definitely a possibility. See what their format is. How are they going to communicate with you? How do you want to be communicated with?
Yeah,
Recently, there's a lot of conversation about how all of a sudden, fees are negotiable. They've always been negotiable.
that's what I hear.
They've always been negotiable. Talk to your agent, be upfront. Everybody should know how everybody is paid.
Yeah,
And it's an important aspect of the contract. And if you've got a good agent, they're going to earn every single nickel of what they put in their listing agreement or their buyer's agreement. So,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And then, how do you help your clients understand and manage their real estate investment goals, whether they're buying a primary residence or
hmm
looking for rental properties?
Well, I absolutely love doing that. Have done it, and I help my clients consistently with rental properties. Just helped a client rent a beautiful condo in Arlington,
Ooh,
and part of looking for an investment property is knowing that you need to have time, knowing exactly what your financial goals are. Do you want it long term, and for the rent to pay that long term, or are you looking for short term, and to rent it and then make a profit? So it depends upon what you want to do with the
yes.
property, as to how, and you have to communicate that to your realtor. A common keyword these days is delta. So you want to have, will the rent cover the mortgage and perhaps any fees?
Yeah.
So that's the ideal rental or investment property. And, that's hard to come by in this market. But if you have a diligent agent, we can absolutely find that for you.
Love it, love it. And now I'd like to know if you have any plans to maybe make like a workshop because you have so much knowledge and I feel like you could help other up and coming realtors with. everything that you just know and that you've seen while being in the industry.
Well, part of my own growth is I'm taking the Virginia Realtors Broker Premier classes right now. And, I feel that any knowledge, and my door is always open in my office. And, I have agents all the time call and say, "What do you think about this?" Or, I'm happy, to share information. And, in our industry, we should be open and, share with both our clients and our fellow realtors,
Yeah,
because through successful negotiation and successful communication,
that's right.
we have all parties come to success.
Yes. And now for your team, how many people do you have working with you? Are you just solo?
I'm solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered getting some
I
help?
had a partner at one time, but no, I was when I first started, I joined a team, and then, when you're off on your own, it's like taking a running jump off a cliff.
Oh my, sounds fun.
But I did it, and I haven't looked back since.
Aw,
So, yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
And where do you see yourself, like as a person and with your business in the next 5 years, if you've given it some thought?
Well, in the next 5 years, I'd like to grow, perhaps be in a broker position within a business, within a real estate business, and yeah, and consider retiring. But um, I think you've had Sue Smith on here. It's
Yes.
hard to retire in this business, but I think I'd like to maybe transition out, but that's a ways away.
Yeah.
I really and truly love what I do. I've been at the table where clients have cried because they didn't think they were going to get that property. And, it's a blessing to be able to do what we do. And I think that, if I can share a few more years of that, that would be awesome.
No, I love it. I'm sure some of your clients will be like, please don't go, don't leave me yet. I still need you. I still got this
Well, I hope so.
property. Right? Is there anything that maybe I have not touched on or anything that you would just like our listeners to know in regards to yourself or your business?
Mhm. Well, I think in our business, again, communication is the key to success. And, communicating with your realtor, what exactly your needs are and what you're looking for. And they might evolve. And I find that that's actually what really does happen when you're out there and you're, actually seeing a property. What you might have originally set out changes.
Yeah.
And I think if you communicate that with your realtor, and if your realtor communicates with you on a regular and consistent basis, then, that's a realtor to keep.
Yeah.
And I think that that goes back to interviewing again.
Yes.
I think hiring, that's the difference between an amateur and a professional.
There you go, right there. Thank you. All
Absolutely.
right. And now I'm going to ask my last question that I like to ask everybody. I'm sure you know what it could be, but do you have a mantra, a quote, or a saying that you like to live your life by or has inspired you in any way throughout your career or life?
Well, in my email signature, it's integrity, experience, and service, and I truly live by those words. I have a website, and I got my "Getting You Home" trademarked. And truly, it's those are the words that I live by.
Yeah.
Experience by learning, integrity by making sure we're always doing the right thing, and then knowledge,
Yeah.
just by learning.
Absolutely. Yeah. And where can people find you on your Instagram, YouTube? Plug those in for people who want
Oh,
to.
absolutely. Go to I just on Instagram, you'll love this. I just posted about, cleaning my car.
I love that.
On Saturday, with my sister and a couple of friends, we cleaned our cars.
Which
And
I need to do.
And then yesterday I posted on Instagram, when or the day before, it rained and it was beating so nicely.
Love it.
So,
Yeah. So they can check you out all there, right there.
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
thank you
Love for
so.
you to sign up on my YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and subscribe, y'all, for Margaret, please. Well, thank you so much for being here and sharing all of your wisdom and insight and how just loving you are with your clients and how you like to communicate and help them
Thank
out.
you so much. I really appreciate you spending the time with me to ask
Absolutely.
me.